What you're about to hear is not a rumor. This is not clickbait. This is not speculation dressed up as news. This is the story of how WWE is about to lose one of the most passionate, most deserving, most utterly overlooked superstars of the modern era. Drew McINTYRE, the man who rebuilt himself from nothing, who carried WWE through a pandemic, who fought his way back from betrayal, injury, and disrespect, is walking out of WWE after WrestleMania 42. And the most infuriating part? WWE might be letting him walk. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you're going to be absolutely furious, and you're going to understand exactly why this is happening. Welcome back to WrestleScope, the channel that doesn't just cover the wrestling world. We dissect it, layer by layer, until the truth is impossible to ignore. If you're new here, subscribe right now, because the mainstream wrestling media is going to gloss over what we're about to break down, and you don't want to miss it. Today we are talking about Drew McINTYRE, WrestleMania 42, and the exit that could shake WWE to its core. But here's our unique angle, the one question that nobody else is asking. Did WWE creatively push Drew McINTYRE out the door without ever officially pulling the trigger? Let's go. Before we get to the departure, we need to understand exactly what Drew McINTYRE means to professional wrestling, because without that context, you won't fully appreciate how devastating this situation truly is. In 2017, Drew McINTYRE returned to WWE as a completely rebuilt man. WWE had previously released him, they'd given up on him, and he went to the independents, to NXT UK, and he ground himself into a legitimate powerhouse, both physically and psychologically. By 2020, Drew McINTYRE was WWE champion. He eliminated Roman Reigns. He headlined WrestleMania 36 in an empty arena during a global pandemic, and he carried that moment with more dignity and intensity than most superstars carry a sold-out stadium. That is not a small achievement. That is one of the most extraordinary redemption arcs in wrestling history. And then, something shifted. The booking changed. The momentum stalled. Drew McINTYRE kept delivering, in matches, in promos, on the microphone, but the company's investment in his future started to feel conditional. Drop a comment right now. Do you think WWE ever fully committed to Drew McINTYRE as a top guy? Because what's coming next might change your answer. Here's where things get uncomfortable. Here is the part that WWE and their public relations machine don't want discussed. Over the past 2 years, Drew McINTYRE has been caught in a pattern that professional wrestling veterans know all too well. The slow cool down. Not a burial, not a hard release, something far more demoralizing. The kind of treatment that says, you're valuable enough to keep on the roster, but not valuable enough to build around long term. Think about it. Drew McINTYRE has delivered some of the most emotionally charged promos in recent WWE history. His feud with CM Punk had real electricity, real stakes. His ability to shift between babyface vulnerability and ruthless heel aggression is a genuinely rare skill set. And yet, repeatedly, WWE has stopped short of giving him the full, unambiguous, sustained push that his talent demands. The clean losses, the last-minute booking changes, the title shots that evaporate, the promos that build and then lead? Nowhere. According to sources close to the situation, and this is the part that should absolutely infuriate you, Drew McINTYRE has reportedly expressed frustration internally about his creative direction. The conversations about his future have been tense. And WrestleMania 42 is shaping up to be his final act under this contract. His final act, and WWE might let that curtain fall without even fighting to keep him. Now here is the angle that nobody in wrestling media is talking about, and this is the reason we made this video. Drew McINTYRE leaving WWE after WrestleMania 42 is not just a talent loss story, it is a symptom. WWE in 2025 is a company flush with television money, a Netflix deal, and record live event attendance. By every financial metric, WWE is thriving. But financially thriving companies can still make creatively catastrophic decisions, and the Drew McINTYRE situation is Exhibit A. The issue is simple. WWE is increasingly booking for the short-term pop, the viral moment,
the social media clip, rather than building long-term emotional investment in characters that their audience can grow with over years.
Drew McINTYre is a long-term investment character. He rewards patience. He rewards genuine storytelling. He's not built for 5-second highlight reels. He's built for 20-minute epics with real stakes. And in the current WWE content machine, that kind of performer, the slow burn, character-first, story-driven wrestler, is increasingly undervalued. So when Drew walks out of WrestleMania 42 and doesn't re-sign, the real question isn't why is Drew leaving? The real question is, what does that say about the company he's leaving? We want your take on this. Is WWE making a catastrophic mistake by potentially losing Drew McINTYre? Or do you think this is the right time for him to go? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one. Let's talk about what happens after WrestleMania 42, because this is where things get genuinely fascinating. If Drew McINTYRE's WWE contract expires and he's a free agent, the professional wrestling world will be in a frenzy, and he has more legitimate options than arguably any departing WWE superstar in recent memory. Option 1, AEW. Tony Khan has made no secret of his desire to land major WWE talent. Drew McINTYre and AEW would be an absolute blockbuster signing. Imagine Drew versus Samoa Joe, Drew versus Bryan Danielson, Drew versus Turf Strickland. AEW's in-ring quality would give Drew the canvas he's been denied. Option 2, Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling has been rebuilding its international presence. A Drew McINTYre run in NJWP chasing the IWGP Championship, feuding with the top gaijin and homegrown stars would be a global event. Option 3, and this is the wildest card on the table, TNA. Don't laugh, TNA has been quietly building something real, and Drew McINTYre as the centerpiece of a revitalized TNA could be the kind of shocking industry story that shakes the entire wrestling world. Or, and we can't rule this out, WWE panics, offers him a contract he can't refuse, and Drew McINTYre becomes the most expensive retention in recent company history. The ball is entirely in Drew's court, and for the first time in years, that might be exactly where he wants it. Let's be completely honest for a moment. As wrestling fans, as the people who show up week after week, who buy the pay-per-views, who make the noise in those arenas, this situation should make you angry. Not at Drew McINTYre, never at Drew McINTYre. Angry at a system that takes a man's blood, sweat, and absolute best years, that uses him to sell tickets and fill television time, and then when his leverage disappears, treats him as replaceable. Drew McINTYre gave WWE everything. He came back from release and proved every doubter wrong. He worked through injuries. He delivered in empty arenas when the company needed someone to stand tall for WWE's image. He was the face of the company during one of the most difficult periods in modern entertainment history. And now, reportedly, WWE can't even commit to making him a consistent top-tier star. This is the part where we remind you, the wrestlers who get taken for granted are often the ones who define a generation in hindsight. We didn't fully appreciate what we had until it was gone. Don't let that happen with Drew McINTYre. That is the Drew McINTYre situation as we see it here at WrestleScope. A story of extraordinary talent, institutional short-sightedness, and a WrestleMania finale that might serve as a farewell. Before we go, we need your voice in this conversation. Drop a comment right now. Should WWE do whatever it takes to keep Drew McINTYre, or is it time for the Scottish Warrior to find a new battlefield? If this video sparked something in you, if it made you angry or excited or just made you think, then hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that real wrestling analysis matters, and it helps us keep delivering content like this. And if you are not subscribed to WrestleScope yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We are in the trenches of professional wrestling every single week, giving you the angles the mainstream won't touch. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know. Let's make sure this conversation reaches people who care. We are WrestleScope. We'll see you in the next one.